Hello, Crabfu here. This is a review of the Wacom Inkling. So what it is this little device made by Wacom that clips onto your sketchbook, and then you can just draw on there with this pen as actual ink pen. Records the position and pressure of each stroke. So it just clips off, and then you can plug it into this little carrying case, which recharges the Inkling as well as the pen, and it's also a nice little carrying case. So then it transfers the files over, so you can see, for example, this picture here. You can zoom in and see what it looks like. You can even go to the player, and so you can scrub through and you can see the progress. So since it's recording vector lines, it can play it back. So that part is really neat, except for the fact that you can't generate this as a movie, which is kind of what you will want to do. So unfortunately, it doesn't do that. The software itself is actually really poor. This button here, you can only export if you have those software installed. So it works with Illustrator, Sketchbook Pro. I think it works with Sketchbook Designer and Photoshop. So right now I only have Sketchbook here. Unfortunately, I actually didn't have the Sketchbook button on here at first. It just didn't show up because I bought it from the App Store. So there's a slightly different version than the one you get from the website. So once I downloaded it from the Autodesk website, the button showed up. However, I wouldn't recommend doing that, because when you click on that button, it exports it straight to Sketchbook and it opens it up. But what you get out of it is lines like this. So this is an example of what happens when you just open it from Sketchbook, or sorry, from the Sketch Manager, Wacom Sketch Manager, and just export it. And if you compare to the same thing here, let me go to the same part. This is opened straight from Sketchbook Pro, and you can see the different line quality. This is completely wiggly, and this is as intended. So that's the difference. So I would recommend don't try to export it and just open it up in Sketchbook Pro. And when you do so, it ends up looking something like that. So the big question, of course, is how good is this? How accurate is it? And so let me show you an example. So it's pretty darn good. In general, this looks almost identical. It is a little bit off. The Wacom says it's 1 to 2 millimeters off here and there, and that's true. And for the most part, it's not bad. But you can see here, there's actually a lot of white right here, where the feet joins the shadow part. You can see here it looks a bit different. There's not as much white. So that's a good example of where how far off it could be. But if your style is really loose and messy and lazy like mine, it really doesn't matter, because that captures it, the feeling of it. And plus, you can always kind of move stuff around. Since it's digitally, it actually has layers. You can see here that I can actually, there's my bottom layer, and I can actually make the top layer more transparent and only showing my first layer and stuff like that. So to do layers, that is actually pretty easy. There's a button here. As you're drawing, you just click on it, and it designates a new layer, so you can have lots of layers. Let me show you what else this thing can do. So because it is in layers, you can paint underneath pretty easily. So let me just get a big brush here. You can see that I'm painting underneath. So that's all pretty flexible, and you can do everything. So this is really just a digital file, so you can do all the usual stuff you do with a sketchbook. Let me show you something else kind of neat. When you open, so what you do is you open up the WPI file from the Inkling directly. So when you open it, let me say, don't save. It uses because it's the Inkling records your lines in vector, just location and pressure. What Sketchbook does is it uses its default canvas, whatever you set to, and also the lines whatever brush you have and the color, and regenerates that. So you can see here, now this is a different feel and look with that. So let me, if I change the brush here, let me say if I do a really big brush and really small on the low end, the pressure sensitivity to be really high on one end and the low really low, you'll see a totally different result. Let me change it back to maybe a really dark brown line so you can kind of see what it feels like. So all you do is just reopen the WPI file, don't save, and it will generate that again with the new settings based on that brush. So while we're waiting, this is a character I did for Skylanders. It's an NPC character. His name is Arbo. So you can see this is a totally different feel than the original because the lines now got really thick and really sketchy, and just has a different feel. So anyway, you can tweak around with your custom brush settings to find something really close to what you had here. So let me show you another example. Here's a sketch. Let's see, a sketch that I did here. Let me show you the original. So this is the original drawing compared to. Let me move it over. So you can see it's pretty darn close. And so the original sketch, digital information made from that sketch, and then this is a printout of the digital. So you can see now we can compare the two together and see it's actually pretty darn good. So in general, I say if your style is really loose like mine and just kind of messy, this actually works really great. And because it's digital, here's one that's colored up, just kind of color underneath in layers. And you can see it retains the feel that it had of this original sketch. And then this is completely digital now, and I still have an original like sketch. This is pretty cool. I haven't. I've been working digitally from the ground up for probably the last 10 years or so, and I rarely do traditional artwork anymore. So I don't even start with pencil lines or pen lines. I just go right into doing it digitally. So it's nice to have a sketchbook again. So in general, this is I would say this is pretty cool. The technology is pretty cool. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. And it comes with extra pens and stuff and nice little carrying case that makes it really easy to just kind of travel around with your sketchbook like this. So I would say that the software, the Sketch Manager software, this software is really bad. So the Inkling itself with Sketch Manager software is almost unusable because you can't export anything, and on top of it, there's no layers or anything. You can save it as a JPEG or PNG or something like that, but that might as well just scan in the picture or take a picture of it, of your sketchbook, and call it good. You really want it to be flexible with layers. So luckily Sketchbook Pro really saves the day by allowing you to regenerate based on the vector information with the great line quality of the software of Sketchbook Pro. So I would say if you want to get one of these, or if you have one of these, you need Sketchbook. They need to go together. Without it, it feels kind of crippling. So I would say this thing came out or was announced a while back, and then was delayed for a couple months, and I pre-ordered it right away, and and kind of waited for it for 2 or 3 months. And in my opinion, they should have delayed it another month just so they can fix up these software issues and make it quite a bit better. But luckily, again, Sketchbook kind of saves the day for me here. So so that's it. This is a review of the Wacom Inkling, and I'm Crab Fu, and please check out my other videos. Lots of steam power robots, real steam power ones, and electric robots, and lots of characterful stuff and artwork and crap like that. Thanks for watching.